Hi, my name's Monique. I'm the product specialist here at OpenTech Alliance for StoreTracker, and today I'm going to be walking you through the tool. StoreTracker is a facility operational tool that digitizes your daily workflows, gives leadership visibility into what's going on at the property level, and helps your team stay on top of tasks without any extra back and forth, and being able to see at a glance view a window into the facility. So let's hop right into it, and we're going to start this off with just the dashboard as you can see here. So the purpose of this screen is to be able to see relevant reports that have to do with the specific role. So be it you're a facility manager and you just need to know what new tasks are coming in for me today, what I've completed in the last 30 days, or see my occupancy level at a glance, I can view that. As well as I can also have a completely different view. Let's say I'm a district manager or someone on the operational level or executive level. We can change these views and make specific dashboards that are custom to that role. So a facility manager can have a completely different dashboard than a district manager, for example. Uh, Next thing I want to get into is daily tasks. So daily tasks, this screen is things that are just going to auto generate. Those are the things that never change. You'll have to do every morning you come in. Like for example, at 9 a.m. having to log into Paycom. We can have those tasks trigger at the specific time and in specific time zones. And what we've done on this screen is make it easy to simply quick complete or quick skip it for these fast moving teams, because as we know there's so much going on at the property. Let's make it as easy as possible and easiest barrier of entry to just be able to close out reoccurring tasks. So I'm going to go ahead and hit complete, and let's say I it's not relevant, or I'm not going to do it that day. I could also skip, and I'll put an example of I was out of office. Pick this back up tomorrow. So then that's complete, allowing me to stay on top of my tasks. And let's say I missed one. I didn't do it the day before. These tasks are just going to generate on top of each other. The system has a reoccurrence gate, so if an old task is past due that's supposed to repeat, it will stay there and the new ones will not start generating until that's been done, creating that accountability, creating that workflow for something that needs to be done daily. Next thing I want to show you is task search. One other thing before I hop into that, I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and as you see here, there's some new some new tasks. These are the ones I just interacted with. So you're getting real time visibility and a window into the property. So if a facility manager completes something, it's going to populate on this end. Next, I want to show you task search. So let's just locate a task that we just completed. So I'm going to select this property. I'm going to select all tasks. I'm going to select complete. I can specify a date range. I can also specify, specific employees, unit statuses, field statuses, as in what's happening at the property. We'll get more into that in a moment. And I can go ahead and hit search, and boom, I have my task I just recently completed. I have timeline notes and information available, and I can also edit the task if needed, if I need to change some information. Uh, we also have the ability to save reports. These are actually the reports you just saw on the dashboard, but I can not only save reports and set them up as and customize them, I can also set up subscriptions for them. So let's say I want to know daily active high priority tasks that are out there across multiple properties or single property. I can do that. I can also send it to specific groups, email groups, or specific lists of individuals, and can make some notes. Let's say someone new is coming in and they don't know the purpose of this report. I can notate what the purpose is here. Additionally, you do have I'll just show you guys creating a task now. So I'm going to go ahead and make a task. Something's popped up at the property. I'm a manager. Okay, so unit pest control. I can select post treatment inspection, schedule pest control, update unit status, log service date, things that I'll have to do that has to do with this category of pest control. These are all customizable, this drop down of categories and tasks themselves. And we also have templates that we can make available on specific on specific users. So I'm going to go ahead and select unit. I can also select assets. Let's say this is a task that has to do with an asset, and I could specify the unit and that this is relevant to when I want it complete, who, any notes, like send the invoice to the DM, for example, and assign specific employee as well. I hit save. Oh, and also specify the priority. Hit save, and boom, a task is available for this facility manager. If they're out on the property and using our mobile app, they'll get a notification as well that the task has came up. They'll also receive a notification and email that they were recently assigned to a task, creating that paper trail, creating that accountability on what's going on at the site. So next, units. I'm going to talk a little bit about field statuses now. So we are all used to property management system statuses like vacant, late, things that have to do with delinquency and occupancy. But something that we gain with StoreTracker utilizing the tool is going to be field statuses, what's happening on at the unit in real time. So the unit can be occupied in the property management system, but it could be missing a lock. With units in this module, that's what you're gaining. So I'm going to select this property, has all my units, and I have some of that logic going on here too. Occupy, but no lock, late, and overlock status, reserved. It was recently vacant. Just all this information you gain. Further insight into the property level, and also you get to know and have insight of why a unit is sitting in certain status for so long. We can also create automatic workflows so that certain tasks trigger if certain conditions are met. So occupy, no lock, and then the next task that they would have to do, like place overlock on the rented unit, notify affected tenant. We can customize and configure these to whatever is going to work for your property, and during our onboarding process we gather that information so that we can set up that logic and any automatic workflows. Quickly on reports, I'll just go over that you can report multiple things like tasks that are out there, units, what's going on with the units, asset reports on the assets and their statuses and any categories. You can also report on what units have been recently scanned. Scan refers to those field statuses I mentioned. When a facility manager logs the field status, it counts as a scan for the unit. The unit's been touched in the walkthrough process. So you can report on the frequency to make sure that you're hitting the compliance of whatever standards that you have. Be it, let's say you want a walkthrough to happen 3 times a month, you can log that and know that it's happening with unit scans and all these other reports, or that know that it is happening, or know that it's not happening, or the frequency of either the frequency regardless, so that you can address that with your teams. Employee reports. So here you can report on actual users and see what's being done in real time. So for facility manager, I can see what tasks they done, what sites it's for, and knowing that my team is using the tool. I can also report on, have a summary, full on summary. Let's say I want to know across all employees, for example, I can know what's happening across the board, and then task summary to know what relevant tasks keep coming up for that employee and what they're doing on the task level. Outside of that, again, you can schedule any of this information and any of these subscriptions, and then all of this is customizable within the settings section. During the onboarding process, we basically give an open sandbox for StoreTracker and as we work through that process with your teams, we configure this and make it so that's relevant to your operation, your team, because each facility is a little bit different, but there can be a centralized place to get that visibility needed into what's happening on the site level. But that is the overview. The goal of StoreTracker, again, is simple. Your team knows what to do. Leadership can see it's getting done, and nothing falls through the cracks. If you have any questions as you get started, just reach out to the onboarding or support our onboarding team here, and we're here and ready to support adding visibility and facility insight to your teams. So thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And thank you for watching this video today.